Listen to me. If you are watching this on your screen right now, you have exactly 5 minutes.
ما در مسئله غنیسازی کاملا در چارچوب مقررات و قوانین بین المللی و تعهدی که در NPT داریم عمل کردیم. هیچ انحرافی نداشتیم و در مذاکرات برجام هم بین ما و آمریکا و کشورهای بزرگ توافق صورت گرفت.
Give us any estimate of when you think the Strait of Hormuz will be part
Well,
of
it's
any deal
open
to open
now.
up
We're
more?
taking a lot of shit. It's open now. Look, the only one that has control of the Strait of Hormuz right now is the United States Navy. We have a blockade that's been infallible. It's a steel wall. And we let people in that we want to let in, and those people come in, and they've been coming in and they're going out. So it's actually open now. We do not let them go into Iran. They're not admitted into the Strait to go to Iran. But it's open for others.
Before the algorithm scrubs this video completely off the face of the internet, do not blink. Do not scroll. What the mainstream media is telling you about the Middle East is the biggest, most heavily orchestrated lie in modern history. You think the US is just doing routine patrols in the water. You think they are just playing a game of diplomatic chess. No. I just got off an encrypted burner phone with a Tier 1 intelligence asset deep inside CENTCOM. The United States has initiated a protocol so devastating it is literally erasing a sovereign nation's military off the map without dropping a single nuclear warhead. Late last night, Donald Trump went on Truth Social and dropped a declassified battle damage assessment in plain sight, bragging about having total control over the Strait of Hormuz. He called it a wall of steel, but what he didn't tell you, what the Pentagon is absolutely terrified of you finding out, is what the Navy just planted at the absolute bottom of the Gulf. Stick with me until the very end, because the final piece of this puzzle, the real reason Trump is so incredibly confident, is going to make your blood run absolutely cold. Right now, this very second, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has authorized a suffocating perimeter of absolute American naval supremacy, stating the U.S. can keep the blockade on Iranian ports indefinitely. Trump didn't stutter when he said the U.S. has total control and we will keep it. We are talking about a literal titanium noose. The Gulf of Oman is completely saturated with Arleigh Burke-class destroyers. We are looking at ships packed to the absolute brim with Tomahawk land attack missiles and RIM-161 Standard Missile 3s. The U.S. is kicking Iran's teeth in so violently that their commanders cannot even safely walk onto the docks of their own naval bases. Trump told the world Iran has no navy and no air force left, and it is completely true. Think about the sheer kinetic overmatch here. The second an Iranian fast attack craft powers up an outboard engine, an MH-60R Seahawk helicopter paints them with a targeting laser, and they are 3 seconds away from eating an AGM-114 Hellfire missile. The skies above the Gulf are crawling with F-35 Lightning Scards and EA-18G Growlers, running electronic warfare packages so unbelievably massive they are physically melting Iranian radar screens. Trump said the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is decimated and fleeing. Their chain of command is a total ghost town. They have their new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, having absolute meltdowns in underground bunkers, frantically ordering his top advisors, like Mohammad Reza Naqvi, to try and shift to an offensive doctrine. But it is pure, unadulterated cope. They are completely paralyzed. They cannot launch a single jet. They cannot float a single boat. The United States military has placed a boot on their neck, and they are pressing down with the weight of 1,000 suns. I really need to drop my voice for a second here, because when you actually step back and look at the sheer scale of this collapse, it is genuinely staggering. I mean, the walls have completely closed in on these guys, and you almost have to feel a tiny bit of pity for the regular soldiers on the ground who are just caught in the crossfire of this arrogance. Trump confirmed their remaining soldiers are going entirely unpaid. Imagine putting on a uniform for a country that cannot even afford to feed you. The country is in a catastrophic freefall. The president pointed out, they are dealing with 300% inflation and have no money left, saying their country is completely shot. US intelligence knows this blockade is starving the regime out from the inside. They cannot export a single drop of oil. The number of vessels transiting the strait just dropped to a one-week low of 8 a day, down from 130 before the war began on February 28th. 8. This was the country that paraded around as the unstoppable resistance, the untouchable phantom of the desert. But Trump just officially declared them the bully of the Middle East no longer. Now, their people are watching their invincible military get caged like animals by American warships. And Washington is enforcing this violently. Just days ago, the US military literally fired on a vessel in the Gulf of Oman just to enforce the blockade. It was a message: nobody breaches the perimeter. And when Trump signed off his post with "Praise be to Allah," that wasn't just a sign-off. That was a calculated psychological nuke. He used their own religious phrasing to rub their faces in total, humiliating, absolute defeat. It is the ultimate PR nightmare for Tehran. They are entirely exposed, completely broke, and the whole world is watching them suffocate on a live feed. This is where the diplomatic reality gets absolutely insane. The US blockade has been choking them out since April 13th, and Iran's ultimate trump card was always threatening to block the 21-mile stretch of the strait. It was their asymmetric insurance policy against the West. The head of Iran's Basij unit, Hossein Taib, actually went on state media and desperately tried to claim that the strait is under Iran's control and management. Iran's Central Military Command spokesperson, Ebrahim Zolfagari, literally called Trump's claims of US control lies and fabrications. It is laughable. It is deeply embarrassing. Behind the scenes, the diplomatic channels are practically on fire. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and their spokesman Esmail Bakai are actually demanding reparations for American violations. Reparations for the American blockade. Can you wrap your head around the absolute delusion of that demand? They are begging for an off-ramp, while their proxy Houthi forces are getting desperate, carrying out drone strikes on Saudi refineries just to prove they are still breathing. But Washington is literally looking at the thermal feeds of Iranian ports, rusting away and laughing in their faces. Trump already flipped the script on them, publicly stating he is the one demanding compensation from Iran. The power dynamic hasn't just shifted, it has been completely inverted. Trump went in front of the cameras and said, "We own it. Washington owns the water, they own the airspace, and they own the timeline." Now listen to me. This is the explosive detail the Pentagon is absolutely terrified of getting out. But my sources under General Michael Kurilla at CENTCOM have confirmed it. This is the ending the media doesn't want you to hear, the reason this feels so incredibly final. You assumed the Navy's wall of steel was just ships on the surface enforcing a perimeter, right? That is exactly what they wanted you to think. While the world was entirely distracted by the surface blockade and the redirected commercial vessels, US Navy nuclear-powered fast-attack submarines, the Virginia-class hunter killers, slipped into the shallow, chaotic waters of the Persian Gulf. And they secretly laid a massive, highly classified network of SOSUS-style acoustic hydrophone arrays directly on the seabed, right outside Iran's primary naval bases at Bandar Abbas. But my source tells me they didn't just lay sensors. They deployed Project Midnight, a grid of autonomous, AI-driven Mach 60 captor mines, equipped with Mark 46 torpedoes, all resting silently in the mud. The wall of steel isn't just ships on the surface. It is an invisible, impenetrable digital kill web hardwired into the ocean floor. Iran cannot launch a single submarine. They cannot deploy a single underwater drone without an acoustic signature being instantly beamed to an Aegis cruiser, which will autonomously authorize a lethal strike before a human even blinks. The Iranians are totally blind. They think they are fighting a surface blockade, but their entire maritime domain has been rigged to explode from underneath them. The war is over, and we won it before they even knew it started. The establishment media will never report this, because admitting this level of total American dominance destroys their narrative that we have to play nice with global terrorists. They are terrified of you realizing what raw, unapologetic power actually looks like. You need to smash that share button right now. Send this to everyone you know. Drop a comment below if you are awake to what is really happening, and hit subscribe, because my source inside CENTCOM is sending me the satellite imagery tonight, and I am dropping part 2 tomorrow. Stay awake, stay frosty, and do not let them lie to you.